YouTube, happy Easter to you. Friggin' got a lot of stuff done this week. Didn't really do a whole lot of videoing. Simple fact, I kind of wanted to get some stuff done. Not that it takes up a little bit of my time, and I don't really get as much done. So, show you what I got done here. Bam. Got floor in it. It ain't welded. I did this weekend. I got all my panels cut in, but gotta get it. I gotta mark them, and I'm gonna put holes spot. I'm gonna spot weld them in. So I'm gonna drill some holes in them, some little bitty guys. And anyway, worked on this morning. I gotta trim these down a little bit. I'm only gonna have these stick up just a little bit, just enough to hold a Zeus spring. So I probably cut them down a little bit, but I just got them bent. They go down and go under. I got them a little bend there and a little bend. I gotta get all this welded up, but trim and yada yada yada. A lot of work there. Got it really good, man. Ain't really no sloppy shit. It's nice and tight, and spent a lot of money on all this crap, so I didn't want to. I know, I'm going to get a lot of, well, I don't know about criticism. I don't want to get too many views, but it probably could be bead rolled, yada yada. But it'll be alright. I mean, this is going to work. I think it's going to be just fine, but anyway. Oh, excuse me. Even started to get my Zeus springs is in those. As you can see, I got them dimpled and whatnot. I kind of want to show you guys, because everybody's like, oh man, I could do a floor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could, but you got to spend a lot of money to be able to do this shit right. So did I want to slop it? Nope. One bad thing about racers is they all talk shit, okay? All talk shit. Oh, your car looks great to your face, but as soon as you walk away, after I walk up, yeah, I know, I already know, so, yeah, but I built mine. So anyway, not going to be the best, but hey, you know, I'm going to take this thing to the track on a Sunday with my family, and we're going to have a good ass time. So I want to show you the tools that I bought to do this. I'm gonna set it up on a tripod and whatnot. But in order to do this and this correctly, gotta have some tools. So I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna set up, show you what I got. Alright, so we're gonna start out. This is the process of how you do this. So I think that I'm going to be starting with the Zeus, okay? And when you start out, we'll say we got a square piece of metal. We want our Zeus to go right here, okay? That's where we're wanting the center of that hole. So center of that hole, we'll say is right there, right? Well, I bought this special little jig, drill bit. Take an 1/8 inch drill bit and you drill that hole out, right? You take this jig, you stick that little pin into that hole, okay? Now you take your drill bit and your drill with that fixture in there, and this has got two different size springs. This is for a 5/16 Zeus, and this is for a 7/16 Zeus. So I'm using 5/16, so my springs are an inch wide at the base. So I just kind of go and boom, pull my thing out, and I've got my two spring holes. From that point, I bought special rivets to rivet the spring in. They are a tapered rivet, okay? That means they are flat on the top and tapered on the side so that they fit into a bevel, okay? Thus, your rivets sit flush, like there's no head sticking up there. That's flat as can be. Everything's going to pull tight, right? to achieve that. Got to buy a pair of $60 vice grips with a set of dies in it that I also found out work in this. So you can use these or these, whichever one you want, you know what I mean? But these dies work in these. I found that out. So anyway, you then take and pinch your 2 spring holes so that when your rivet goes in there, it's flush to the panel, squeezes you in. Whatever you're drawing to this piece of aluminum can go flush, okay? After you've got that done, now you want to dimple the center, which would be what this tool is. You drill that hole out, stick that through it, put this on it, tighten it down, bada bing, bada boom, you got a dimple, okay? Reason for the dimple is because your Zeus has got it. So the panel that you're putting it on's got to get a dimple too. Alright. So that's the spring process. That was the tool. This is also a tool to adjust the spring. Okay, so this will pull it this way, yada, yada, yada. A spring adjustment tool. Got to have that, okay? Alright, so spring adjustment tool. To install these Zeuses correctly, you don't use a standard rivet. You use one of these rivets. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hold that in my hand. That kind of rivet. Okay, it's solid aluminum. Solid aluminum. It comes with a cutter. You got to buy a cutter because if you buy a rivet and it's too long sticking out of the back of your material, when you go to smash it, it'll just leave too much material back there. It won't do what you're wanting to achieve. So what you do is you use these little gauges. These little gauges like set the depth of your rivets, how high you want them, and then you just cut it. See that little bottom popped out of there? And it keeps it round. So it doesn't distort the rivet, so that when you put it in there, it still goes in the daggum hole. Alright. Then you would take your rivet gun, that's $200, okay? $200. Alright, like I say, I'll go over the prices of everything here in just a second, but what happens is when that rivet goes into this gun, this rivet, or this gun, smashes that rivet, you see? So, you end up with a flat rivet, alright? Now, I've got a domed on the back of that. I got a domed on the back of that. But, anyway, yada yada, is what happens is you get a flat, nice flat. This is the domed, which I found out works pretty decent. I liked it. I wasn't disappointed with it. A little more cleaner of a look, but the flat I'm probably going to end up going with. So that's the flat. That's squeezed it flat, and now you got your Zeus installed. You see what I'm saying? Yada yada yada. So that I got all this stuff to install my Zeuses. Again, I'm going to line all the tools up here. These are everything you need: an 1/8 inch drill bit, a jig, rivet cutter, rivet gun, a dimpler, okay. This is just another fixture. I got one from Tim McCamus and one from another guy. Spring adjustment tool. This is so that after, like for instance, okay, you want to figure out where this is going. Well, this is going to be in the car first, okay? So you would slide this into its hole, right? And now I've got a marker. You see that point? I got a marker. So that will go in when I get my Zeuses into my floor. When I get those Zeuses in, I'll put a couple of these in, right? And put my aluminum up there and give it a little slight with a body hammer. It'll give me a tack on the back. And that's exactly where I'm going to start my 1/8 inch hole to get everything going for my rivet. You get what, or for my Zeus, okay? So that's what you use to find it, okay? That's actually a transfer stud is what I think they call that. I got one for each size. They make them for a 7/16 and a 5/16. Okay, so you got those. Cheapest part, those were $4 a piece, so, okay. And then you got different dies. Different dies come. That's the flat, and these are for different sizes rivets. Different dies for this. Okay, here we go. This is how much it costs to correctly install a Zeus. Okay, all right, to correctly install Zeus, correctly. Not having no. See, for instance, you can't use regular rivets. If you see how that back of that rivet sticks out so far back there, that if I was to try to use that on my Zeus, that's going to hit my panel before it goes flat. Now, see, look, I'm going to show you something. Watch this. Watch how flat. Nice and tight. I mean, it's completely flat to the panel. Completely flat. All right. Did a good job on that. And it's just a tester. You know, it was just a, hey, I want to try this out before I can put it on my car. Works. Spring adjuster works, you know. So, anyway, everything, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need a dimpler for your 1/8 inch hole. For an 1/8 inch hole, an 1/8 inch dimpler. Okay, that's what this is. It's an 1/8 inch dimpler. It's got a little deal in there with a little die, and it puts you a little dimpler in there. Okay, so an 1/8 inch dimpler. Okay. That's because you're using 1/8 inch rivets. Now, if you were using 3/16 rivets, then you would want to get a 3/16 dimple die. Okay. This dimple die here I picked up on Quartermax race cars, quartermax.com, and it's simple. I think this thing was like 20 or 30 bucks. Okay, so you need one of those. So anyway, so here we go. Pricings. 30, 60, 50, 60, 200. You also got to get you some rivets. So the rivets were hard to find. They're not really hard to find, but you got to order them from somewhere, you know, that you can get them. That's what the small, those are your smash rivets there. They come in aluminum and chromoly or steel, and the steels are hollow in the center, but they smash just the same and cut just the same. These are a flat top rivet. The other ones are domed. But and then you're gonna need you some 1/8 inch counter sunk rivets. Okay, so that will provide you a flush top rivet. So when she pops, she's flush to the top of the panel. So those are the things you're definitely gonna need to be able to correctly Zeus. Okay. All right. That's all my Zeusing tools. Pain in the ass. But well worth the money, I'm going to tell you. Because when it's done, I mean, it ain't going to look great. It ain't going to look like no Tim McCamus or no Chris Duncan or any of them guys. You know, I know them guys build nice cars. I'm not on here talking shit by no means. No, all due respect, guys. You guys build amazing race cars. That's what the whole thing is. When I compare what I'm going to do to what you guys do, it makes it look like a turd. But I ain't got your guys' kind of money, and I'm sorry. I wish I did. I'd come in there and I'd have you guys build me a badass, boy, I tell you. But anyway, so some other stuff I got this week. A 3/4 16 pitch right and left hand thread. Okay, finally have got my ladder bars in. They're in. I got them all adjusted. I got my new Heims and everything welded on. I ordered my bar. It was 21 inches. It's on its way. I got a swedge bar, 1/2 inch, right and left hand thread. That'll allow me to adjust that rear end and whatnot. But got it all welded in. And man, it looked good. I like it. Got all my space. Got it all spaced out. I mean, everything's right, guys. I mean, it's all right. If you ain't noticed, drive shaft loop over there. I don't know if I've even said anything about that or not. But anyway, believe it or not, I know this looks so far out. I know it does, but it's really not. I've got all the metal to put this whole the back of the car back together. So I mean, once I get these floors in there in that tunnel for my transmission built, which you can already kind of see what I've got going on there. Remember, I'm going to cut this down. That's going lower, way lower. I don't know if I might have to cut the back of the bevel. I don't think I will. Anyway, long story short, that is what the tunnel is going to be built on. And man, it turned out amazing. Like, I want to say something. I want to say this. Okay. By the grace of God, Jesus Christ himself, I believe that that's why this is going so good. All right? I pray every night. Not for my car, not really for any, I just pray for God mainly and Jesus. But anyway, I pray every night, all right? And I pray every morning. And I'm a true believer, okay? Like I have faith, okay, is what I'm believing. I have faith in the Lord. So I believe that man is helping me. I know I sound crazier than a box of rocks. It's the truth. I wouldn't lie to you. Straight shooter, okay? I don't know how to do this shit, you guys. Like, I don't, all right? I mean, it's not that I do this every day, all right? And the fact that it's actually turning out this good, something's got to be going on. Like I say, I do good riffs every day. They turn out real well, but, man, just everything, I don't know. Everything's going too good, man, and it's going real well. It's like I got somebody in here just kind of beside me, helping me along. It's crazier than crazy. But guys, hey, if you haven't, pick it up. All right, man, it might help you. I don't know. Help me. Real shit. Help me in many different ways. But anyway. So, yep. Floors are in. I got to cut in my master cylinder still, but I think I'm going to weld the floor pans in first, get them welded in, and then I'll stick my proportioning valve back up through and my master cylinder through, get all this welded in. Man, I am geeked. I am freaking geeked, guys. Wish I'd have got a little video of me cutting this stuff, but dude, it's in and out of the car, Like this driver's side one, that's some tricky shit up there, you know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, this driver's side was a pain in the ass. Ugh. But it's one time. I only cut this fucker one time. So, figured out how to do it, and we'll just let it start eating. But, I mean, hey, you know, I think it looks alright. I think it looks good. I still I gotta make a cap. Because this up here was just too much. I mean, it was like way too damn much. So I put a bend on it. I'm gonna weld this to this on the back side for structure. And I'm just gonna cap this out, spot weld the new one to this, and kind of close this up so it looks good from the front side, kind of look good from the inside somewhat. But, you know, hey, it will pass. I hope. Fuck, I hope. I think Dave Lukey will pass this car on the simple fact that he is sick and tired of all my phone calls. I'll do anything to get him to stop calling. Anyway, so, yeah, all the bends brought to you by Harbor Freight, piece of shit bender, okay? I'm not even going to front. The thing is not bad, all right? It is slow. I mean, you got to clamp this shit all down, and it's all clamp work, right? But I think I paid $40 for this thing on sale, you know what I mean? And, I mean, the bends ain't bad. I mean, all my bends are done off this thing. I mean, they're all done. I mean, you see them. They're nice. They're decent. Let's just crawl into the car. We'll crawl in the car one time. I'm about to end this video. Ain't much really more to show, but like I say, all this is, I gotta cut this, trim this, but I mean, like all that. That's how I did those. I just kind of bent them and brought them back. And I'm going to spot weld them to the bottom and side. And then they'll go on out. So, got one on the back there. Like I said, I'm just kind of, you know, I mean, it's just going to look good. I think it is. I mean, for as old as this turd is, man. As old as this turd is, she'll go. See, you can actually see that little box there I made now. Kind of. Fucking brake lines in there. I made that there. Kind of made that. That's fabricated. Made that myself. You know, cut my fucking. That's what deformed my finger. That was a gnarly cut. Some it still ain't healed up. I mean, it deformed the shape of my shit, dude. It whacked me good, man. Anyway, but. Yeah, no, there's a little hole there, but we're not doing body work quite yet. Not quite yet. But man, does that rear end look good. Man, that rear end looks good, guys. God, get it. Now, anyway. Anyway, so yep, I'm gonna try and get all my Zeus's in this week, get all that stuff to where it's about ready to be welded in next weekend. I'm welding in the floor. I'll probably do a video of me welding in this floor because that's gonna be pretty simple. I can keep it stationary and yeah, anyway. So, other than that, guys, it's Easter. Jesus died for us today. Learned a lot about him lately, and I never really knew the what that man went through for us. And I mean, it was horrible, man. I mean, it brought tears to my eyes, man. I mean, and if it doesn't you, then you ain't got a soul, you know. So I don't know, but the man went through some shit for us. So man, God, maybe just tonight, even if you don't believe in him, just still out of respect, just say, hey, thank you. Anyway, piece of chick grease.